Imagine waking up one morning and realizing you don't remember who you are. Faces look familiar, but you can't place them. Every day is the first day of your life. That was the reality of Henry Molaison. Memory, the invisible thread that ties every moment of our lives together. It shapes who we are, what we love, what we fear. But what happens when that thread is cut? In the 1950s, in the heart of America, one man became both a tragedy and a miracle, the patient who changed how we understand the human brain. His name was Henry Molaison, though science would know him only by two letters, H.M. Henry was born in 1926 in Connecticut. His early years were unremarkable, until age 10. That's when the seizures began. What started as brief lapses soon grew into violent epileptic fits that stole his consciousness multiple times a day. No medication could stop them. Doctors were helpless, and his family, desperate for answers, turned to experimental science. As a teenager, Henry became withdrawn. His world flickered like a broken film reel, reality interrupted by blackouts. And in 1953, at the age of 27, that film would stop playing altogether. Decades later, Hollywood would fictionalize his condition. In the 2004 film 50 First Dates, the character Lucy suffers from a similar form of amnesia. Her memory resets every morning. Each day, she meets her partner for the first time, over and over again. While the movie is a romantic comedy, the underlying idea mirrors H.M.'s life. Lucy's world restarts every 24 hours. Henry's, every few minutes. But unlike Lucy, Henry never had a cinematic ending. For him, every introduction truly was the last. At the time, a prominent neurosurgeon named Dr. William Scoville believed that seizures originated deep within the temporal lobes, near a small seahorse-shaped structure called the hippocampus. To him, the hippocampus was the epicenter of the storm. His solution? Remove it. The idea was radical, bordering on reckless. But the Molaison family, exhausted by years of suffering, agreed. In 1953, Scoville performed what he called a bilateral medial temporal lobectomy. He removed large portions of Henry's hippocampus, amygdala, and nearby cortical tissue. The goal was to silence the seizures. Technically, the surgery worked, but what it took away was far greater than anyone could have imagined. When Henry awoke, his seizures had almost disappeared, but something else had vanished with them: his ability to form new memories. He could hold a conversation for a few minutes, but as soon as he was distracted, everything disappeared. Each new moment dissolved like smoke in the wind. "Hello, Henry, I'm Dr. Milner." "Nice to meet you," 5 minutes later. "Hello, Henry, I'm Dr. Milner." "Nice to meet you." Every greeting was the first, every face unfamiliar again. For Henry, time had stopped in 1953. He lived trapped in an eternal present, a world without a past and without a future. Dr. Scoville, realizing the magnitude of what had happened, invited a young neuropsychologist named Dr. Brenda Milner to study Henry. Together, they uncovered a new frontier in neuroscience. Milner noticed something astonishing. Although Henry couldn't remember new events, he could still learn new motor skills. In one experiment, she asked him to trace a star while looking only in a mirror. At first, he was clumsy, but each day his performance improved, even though he swore he had never done it before. This was a revelation. It meant that procedural memory skills and episodic memory, personal events, were controlled by different parts of the brain. The hippocampus was essential for conscious memory, but not for the habits of the body. Henry's tragedy became the cornerstone of cognitive science. Through him, the map of human memory was drawn.
Henry lived the rest of his life quietly, cared for by family and researchers. He watched television every day, but could never recall the shows. He recognized his reflection, yet didn't always know who the man in the mirror was. In his notebook, he wrote simple reminders. What year is it? How old am I? Sometimes, when shown pictures from his past, he smiled faintly, as if something deep within him stirred. But the feeling faded as quickly as it came. His existence became a rhythm of rediscovery and loss, a tide that washed away every footprint moments after it formed. As Henry became the most studied patient in neuroscience, ethical questions began to surface. More than 100 research papers referenced him. His story became a cornerstone of psychology textbooks, but Henry himself never truly consented, at least not in the way we understand consent today. He could not remember the studies he was part of, nor the people who conducted them. So, a haunting question remains. Was it right to turn a man's mind into a laboratory? Henry wasn't just a patient, he was unknowingly the foundation of modern memory research. Scientifically, HM's case changed everything. Before him, the brain's memory systems were a mystery. After him, they became a map. Researchers learned that the hippocampus acts as a gateway, converting short-term experiences into long-term memories. Without it, new information never truly sticks. Henry's brain became the Rosetta Stone of neuroscience. His loss revealed the architecture of human identity. From Alzheimer's research to PTSD therapy, nearly every modern study on memory owes something to him. He was the man who forgot, so that humanity could remember. Henry Molaison died in 2008 at the age of 82. But his story did not end there. After his death, scientists carefully removed his brain and sliced it into 2,401 ultra-thin sections, each digitally scanned and preserved. The process took over 50 hours. Today, his brain can be explored online in the Brain Observatory, where researchers and students around the world continue to study him. In a way, Henry finally achieved immortality, not through memory, but through data. His mind became eternal, even if he himself never knew it. Perhaps the most poetic irony of all is this. Henry Molaison, the man who couldn't remember, will never be forgotten. He taught us that memory is not just a mental archive. It is identity itself. And in losing his, he gave us a way to understand our own. His life is a reminder that even in forgetting, there is meaning. That absence can teach as much as presence. That sometimes the price of knowledge is human. Some discoveries, a neuroscientist once said, are written not in ink, but in the lives they alter.